Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay, aka Elijah, if you haven't seen my channel name, and welcome. Today I have a video for you on how to do the thing. And the kind of thing we're going to be speaking about today is a thing that is more goal-oriented, something that has a deadline that you're trying to meet. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So this is a bit of a J approach to getting shit done. And this is just my kind of general approach to how I break down doing something. So I hope it benefits you. Let's get into it. All right, I hope you can read my handwriting here. Fun fact, my handwriting is terrible. So the two things you want to start off with are, number one, what is the goal? And number two, what is the deadline? Especially for the N types, NE and NI alike, we want to be specific in the sensory about what are we trying to achieve here? What is the ultimate vision that we want to get done? And number two, what is the deadline? So even if this thing is just something you want to do and therefore it doesn't really have a specific deadline given to you by someone else, give yourself a deadline, because that gives you the amount of space and time that you have to get that specific thing finished, and that will help you plan your steps to getting there. So for the sake of this video, we're gonna say that your goal is making and starting a YouTube channel, okay? There you go, your goal is YouTube. I tried to do a YouTube play button and it kind of just looks like a square with a dot in it. So let's say our goal timeline is to have our YouTube channel started with one video uploaded within 30 days. So the way I see it for something like a YouTube channel, you have basically three main critical elements, which are your equipment, your content, and your production. So now I'm going to make a list under each one of those, the elements that relate to that category. And what I also like to do at this stage is think about, okay, well, what are the most important things within that category? Because let's say, all right, you don't have $1 million, you can't get the fanciest lighting equipment. Well, what is the one thing that you do need? Or what are the most essential, like I'm saying, critical elements? Put the most critical first and the least critical underneath them. All right, I'm gonna put camera, I'm gonna put light, some sort of like computer or editing device, which could be an app and a phone as well, but I'm just gonna put computer for the sake of it. There's definitely more you could put in the equipment category, but we're just gonna stick with the basics. All right, so content, that's an important one. I'm gonna start it off by saying list of 5 topics. And then underneath that, I'm gonna say scripts for 3 of them. So next for content, we're gonna put art, and that's going to be your thumbnails, that's going to be your channel art, anything related to your brand. All right, and then underneath the production category, that is going to be filming, editing. Underneath filming, I'm putting 1+ practice, which means having at least the time to do a 1 full run through, or basically a dry run of recording your content, editing it, and just seeing how it is. All right, so when we look back under content, I had the list of 5 topics and scripts for 3. Those scripts for 3 are for those practice runs that I have underneath the production section. And what's gonna happen is when you start to record videos, you're gonna record something and you can go and follow your script according to your content that you think is most relevant to your audience base. And you're gonna record it, and then you're probably gonna be like, yeah, that wasn't that great. And then you're gonna either record it again or possibly try one of the other topics, which you just might find is easier for you to record on, and maybe one of those subjects is better for this first video upload. So this is all for that practice category. All right, so now since we have our most essential components, we want to now look at a timeline for inserting those elements within our month. So here is a calendar. Pretend with me, okay? So now what we want to do is specify the milestones that are most critical on our way to achieving our end goal at the end of 30 days. So here's our deadline right here at the end, okay? I would say you want to be filming your practice run-throughs at least the week before, maybe even 2 weeks before, because who knows how long that refinement process might actually take you. So I'm going to put the goal for doing the practices at week 2. Okay, so basically you want everything done by that time in order to have your finalized product at the end of 30 days. So that gives you 2 weeks to get all of your ducks in a row. Now you might be saying, Lindsay, that's so far in advance. That's halfway through your timeline. Yes, but you have to prepare for the unexpected, because chances are something's gonna happen. Who knows, grandma rolls into town unexpected. That still gives you a week of buffer time to roll through any other issues, to record again, whatever you need to do so you can still make that deadline. By week 3, I would say have all of the art components done, which means the branding stuff, the channel art. Right before you upload the final video, that's when you could do the thumbnail. And in terms of the equipment, you would have to have that all finished and figured out within those first 2 weeks. Then also underneath the production category, get together some of the videos and things I need to maybe learn how to edit if you don't know how to do that, or learn how to export. Get those things ready so that after you do your first practice round, you have the materials ready to be able to learn as you're doing your practice. So why does this method work better than just, watching tons and tons of videos on video editing skills and things like that? Well, because you're actually applying it when you do your practice. And so as you're doing your practice and as you are learning how to edit for the first time, you can do both steps at once, and you can have it directly applicable to something that you are doing and will need to do again and again and again. So you get to define your own workflow for yourself and what will work for you versus just learning a bunch of different things that you might not even apply in reality. So it's going to make your time a lot more efficient and effective for what you need to do. All right, so final recap on how I would start a YouTube channel. My goal timeline for 1 month would be to list out my essential components, my equipment, my content, and my production, to have the elements laid out in my critical timeline within a month span of when I'd want to be doing a practice run, when I would need all of my equipment by, when I would need to be doing the refining elements at the end. That means the first 2 weeks would be for scripting, writing content, getting the equipment together. By week 2, you're doing your practice run through and recording. Between weeks 2 and 3, you're learning how to edit, possibly re-recording, refining that content. By week 3, you'd want to have your final video hopefully done that you can do your final edits on. And then you can create the final elements of your channel regarding the channel art, making your thumbnail specific to that video that's going to make it as your first upload. And by the 30-day mark, you should be able to hit upload to your YouTube channel with your finished thing well and done. All right guys, so that's it. I hope this video helps you out a little bit. Again, the things I would look at when doing a shorter term goal like this are, first of all, what is the goal? Number 2, what is the deadline? Number 3, what are the essential components of what you need to make this thing happen? And number 4, the critical timeline in terms of when things need to be done in order to achieve that 30-day goal, that end point, at what rate those elements need to be going into your timeline. Leave me comments down below. Let's talk about the things that you want to build, the things that you want to achieve in life. Let's get into it in the comments below. I'll see you down there. All right, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. See you in my next video. Bye. Come here, bring that to me, come. Oh, Indy got a squeaker and he's squeaking it and I have to go get it.